Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, it's gonna be interesting. So, little caveat, I am filming this intro after having already been through this video. So what you're gonna watch is me going through a burnout reading slump kind of situation. We start reading a book, we don't finish a book, we have plans to read so many books, we talk about books. It doesn't really end up going all that well. So it's going to be a different type of vlog. It's a compilation of me doing a bunch of things to help myself feel better in the moment. I will say, as of filming this intro, I do have a job now. I started officially today, so that's really amazing and great, and I think that that's going to help with my feelings around reading. I just haven't been feeling it, and I've just really not been into it, so I've not been forcing myself, and you'll see that in this video. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you here in my little cozy community, and let's just jump right into it without too much yapping. All right, hello. So I have officially started reading Spread Me. It's very interesting to me. It is reminding me a little bit of, oh, what was that book? Not William, but Exile. It's reminding me a little of Exile. I don't exactly know the setting, but I've met a bunch of people that have interesting relationships to one another. It's very much feeling like Exile by Mason Coyle as of right now. Like, it's a very similar vibe. So I don't know that it's going to continue to be that similar vibe from what I've heard from people about the story, and its sexual content potentially, but it is giving the similar vibe. So based on reading not even the first chapter, if you liked Spread Me or you liked Exile, you might like the other. They're different, but similar. So anyway, that's my update on Spread Me so far. Additionally, I wanted to come and talk to you guys about my update on the job hunting. I officially have a job. Gagged, gooped. I'm so excited. I honestly I don't even know how this happened or how it's possible, because I really was expecting to have to be looking for a job for months. I have been applying for jobs while I had my last job for the last 2 years, trying to find something else, and wasn't finding anything. I even had my LinkedIn set to open to work, all of these things, and I was not finding anything. And obviously, I think, talking to my therapist about it a little bit, but I was like, I think that there is the probability that the reason I got so much interest this time around is because I had upped the amount of applications that I was sending out, compared to what I was doing before. Before, I would probably send 2 or 3 a week. But obviously, since I lost my job, I was doing 8 a day, if not more. I only started keeping track of it last week because I needed to for unemployment purposes. But officially, as of today, Thursday, June 25th, I don't know what day it is, I have a job. So I'm so excited. I don't start though until July 13th, which means I have 2 more weeks of vacation, I guess, if you want to consider it that. I basically got a paid vacation by my previous job. So, that's pretty cool in a way. And that means that I don't have to be so crazy penny pinching about finances right now. Which means for me specifically, there are some home projects that I have been wanting to finish for over the last 2 years. And I've been working on those. If y'all saw my last video, my Carmela vlog, if you haven't seen it, you can watch it up there. But I had started painting my house, my living room and kitchen to be specific. I had started painting that 2+ years ago when I was pregnant. And I was like, I really just want to paint at least this wall because I really wanted to build my bookshelf and I wanted to do all these things before Evie was born, because I knew that I wanted to use that. I knew that I wanted to build the bookshelf there. And it didn't end up happening before she was born, but I did get the wall painted. But only one wall, 1.5 walls really, had been painted since 2 years ago. So I had a half tan living room. So I've been working on that for the last 2 days, and I've gotten all of the walls painted. I need to do like the edging, trimming out, whatever you want to call it, touch-ups. And then I also still need to paint the ceilings because I decided I wanted to color drench the entire living space. So I need to still paint the ceilings and do touch-ups and finish out trimming out everything. But other than that, it's like the big parts are done. It's now the tedious parts of like going in with a paintbrush and making nice lines. So I'm very excited about that, though. I'm glad that I finally got that done. My next things that I want to do, I told my dad I have 2 weeks off. I want to finish my bookshelf before I go back to work if it's possible. So him and I are going to be working on that again soon. So I'll bring y'all along as I'm working on that. And then I also need to paint my cabinets. I want to paint my cabinets black. I don't know if that's crazy to some people, but I want my cabinet doors and my cabinet bases to all be black. I hate that they're the color that they are. The white is fine. I really don't mind that they're white. But if they have like this etching on them, if it's like this gray etching around it, and it just looks like it's dusty. And it's looked like that since we moved in, and I've hated it. So I want to paint my kitchen cabinets all black. The same color as the bookshelf is going to be, so it'll tie in together. I had played around with the idea of only painting the bottom ones black and leaving the top ones white to kind of like give levity, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to start with painting the bottom ones black first and then see how I feel if I want to move up to the top or not. But I will be painting the cabinets black, which I'm excited about, and building out the bookcase. Those are the like last two things, and then accessorizing. I need to put up some curtains in my living and kitchen space because people can see into my home. And you know, I didn't mind before, but I've been adventuring out into my living spaces, sometimes trying to find things with barely anything on, if nothing on, because it's my home and I can do that. But when the windows are open, people from the street can see me, and that's concerning, and I don't like that. So I need to fix that. But other than that, those are kind of like the big updates that I have. I also have, I'm holding this. It's hot. I can't drink it. So I'm just sitting here holding a very hot mug of nighttime tea because I'm going to start working on going to bed and waking up early over the next 2 weeks because my new job is going to be, I'm going to have to wake up earlier than I used to. So I might as well get started. But anyway, other than that, I wanted to also update y'all on some new books that I got over the week. So the first book I got is called Burnout, The Secret of Unlocking the Stress Cycle. I will be reading this book over the next 2 weeks, just as like an extra little thing that I'm going to be doing just for personal development purposes. I have already started reading it. I've read maybe 10 pages. It's really good. I already very much like it. I like its setup. I haven't even gotten into the all right, now let's dig in. It's just the introduction and explaining what the book is and how it works and what they've done. But I'm already highlighting things and oh wow, I never thought about it like that kind of stuff. So very excited about this. I got this because Cozy K Kennedy here on YouTube, Instagram, she talks about this book on her YouTube a lot and how it helped her so much with understanding work-life balance in a healthy way and not in this weird corporate way that they talk about it, and how burnout affects you in so many ways in your life. And so I was like, you know what? I need this. I need it. I need to understand it. I need to work on it. So I got this, and I'm hoping that I can read this all before I start my new job so that I can apply some of my learnings to working. And then I got some fun books. Heavy quotations on fun. I found this person on Instagram who is a weird book girly, creepy, weird, gross, horrifying book girly. And she had talked about some of the most nightmarish books that she's ever read, or I think that's what she said, or weird girl books, but make them nonfiction. And she had listed out some books, and two of them really struck my interest. One of them is called A Slow Death, 83 Days of Radiation Sickness. She said it's really messed up because it's very detailed medical information about this man and him dying from radiation poisoning over 83 days. but it's about a nuclear radiation accident that happened in Japan back in 1999. And 3 workers were exposed to extreme levels of neutron beams as a result. Japanese public broadcasters documented the step-by-step deterioration and intense medical treatment of one of those workers. The resulting original television documentary aired in 2001 and subsequently won awards. This book is the print version of that celebrated feature and includes an afterword that updates the narrative. So, sounds very interesting. I really love learning about anything and everything, and it just sounded interesting. I don't know. It sounds gruesome and terrible, but also interesting. So I got this one. And then the other book that I got is not, I did not mean to get both of these books being about similar topics, but it just worked out that way. But the other book she talked about was The Radium Girls, the dark story of America's shining women. And this follows some women who were, they're calling them the Radium Girls, who were working on clocks, I believe. And they had just discovered radium, and people were working during World War I. Hundreds of girls toiled amid the glowing dust of the radium dial factories until they began to fall mysteriously ill. As the factories try to cover up the shocking secret, these determined shining girls suddenly find themselves embroiled in one of the biggest scandals of America's earliest 20th century. I'm interested to read this one. I'm pretty sure I've seen a documentary about this, or like a dramatized like movie telling of this story. So I'm pretty sure I know like the basics of it, but it sounded really interesting, especially when the girl was like describing what this book is about. And she did say, again, it's very gruesome because it goes into a lot of medical information. But it just sounds very interesting to me from a like educational perspective and things. I'm wanting to learn more about the histories of things and the histories of America and the histories of the world that I don't know about. So, you know, what other way to do that than to find some interesting books, some dark, interesting nonfiction books. So those are the books that I've gotten recently. I'm very excited to read them. Like I said, I'm going to start Burnout ASAP. I've already started it. And then I have Spread Me that I'm listening to on Spotify because I still have Spotify time until my Spotify cancels at the end of the month. So I'm listening to that on Spotify. I'm hoping to finish that soon. And then I picked some other books that obviously, as y'all saw from the introduction, I want to try and read in this vlog. So we'll see what we get through and how many I end up reading before the end of the month. But I'm very excited to just like kind of get back into things now that I have a job. I don't have to stress about things anymore. And I don't have to feel guilty about enjoying my free time. So yeah, and I will come back and update you once I have read more of Spread Me and give you my thoughts. I'm excited for this one. It's already, like I said, it already feels, I hope that I get what I didn't get from Exile. I hope that I get that with Spread Me, because I just like, Exile did not deliver the way I wanted it to. And so I'm really hoping that this like short little novella version of a weird alien something or other, I don't even know if this is like, I don't know where this is set. I don't know if this is on a different planet or if it's on Earth. I have no idea, but I am excited about it. Very much excited about it. So anyway, I will see y'all with an update later on. Hello. I am driving in my car. I hope y'all can hear me okay. This is the first time I've ever recorded while I'm driving with this new camera and this microphone. So we're going to see how that goes. But I wanted to give y'all an update on where I'm at in my reading for, I think it's, yeah, Spread Me. My update on Spread Me is what in the actual fuck? This book is so fucking weird, y'all. I look, okay, here's the thing. Go with me. Come with me on the journey of what I knew about this book. I already knew that this book was meant to be it's really like sexual and nature, and like that it's really like a weird girl sexy time book. And I was like, okay, like sure, fine, whatever. I don't know. I don't care about smut in books, right? This isn't about smut. at all. It's weird. It's so weird. This girl and her sexual arousal to a bacteria, fungus, virus, I don't even know. You have sexual arousal to whatever it is. Like, this is spoilers. This is a little bit of a spoiler. But our main character is extremely sexually aroused by this fungus thing. I don't know if it's a fungus, a bacteria, a virus, a microbe, a microorganism. I don't know what you would consider it. I would assume like a microorganism. And she is like extremely sexually aroused by it. Like, and by extremely, I mean extremely. And I don't think that it's inherently because that's something she's into, but now I'm like, I don't know, maybe she is into it. But like, y'all, she like rubbed one out 70,000 times. What is happening? Why are you running up on me like that? This Jeep just pulled up on me, going all kinds of crazy fast. I don't like it. They can go around me. It's all right. This is an unfortunate part of living in the country. It's a one-lane road, so they can't go around me without having to go around all these other vehicles. Anyway, so she's like extremely sexually aroused by this microbacterial thing, and like legit like is so overly aroused by it that she like rubs one out like multiple times to the point of like having wrist ache and body aches because she's done it so much because she can't get enough of doing it. Thinking about a germ. It's weird. It's very weird. But beyond that, it is very alien. And I really am liking that piece of it where it's like this, like, what is going on? What have we found? What are we looking at? What have we gotten into? I think that part's really interesting. We don't know a whole lot about the characters as of right now. We're still learning about them, and there's like flashbacks in the midst of like the present time stuff where we're learning little bits about individuals and why they came and how they got there and how stuff came to be and all of that. So it's been interesting. I'm really enjoying it so far. Just the like sexual arousal to a microbiome is crazy work. And it's not even just that she's like, ooh, sexy. It's like she's like getting it to a picture of a microorganism. Crazy work. So anyway, that's my update on Spread Me. I'm 43% of the way in, so I'm very much enjoying it. I'm going to finish listening to it this afternoon. I am working on editing my Carmela vlog right now, so obviously it's out by the time you've watched but I'm going to finish that first, and then I'll get back to reading. But yeah, I've had a good night. Getting the news yesterday that I've got this job really like has helped me in my relaxation a lot, and I don't feel like overwhelmed. I filled out all of my work paperwork today. So like my insurance paperwork and my direct deposit information and all of that, and reading the handbook and all the HR stuff. So I'm very excited. I can't wait. They are sending me my own computer, so that's really nice that I don't have to utilize my personal computer for work purposes, which I really appreciate because I didn't want to have to do that. This will be my first time getting a MacBook from a place of employment. All my others have always been PCs, which I'm used to working on PC, but I'm going to have a MacBook now. And so that's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me because I use my MacBook for editing. I have one, but I don't like use it on a day-to-day basis to know all the like shortcuts for a Mac. So that's going to be fun curve to learn. I also had to figure out my desk situation because like when I try to do multiple monitors with my MacBook, it only allows me to use 2 monitors at a time. It doesn't allow me to do 3 at a time. So that's kind of frustrating for me. And I'm hoping that with their computer that they provide me with, it has the ability to be ported to more than one other screen. Because I really, really enjoy using 3 monitors. It's very helpful for me. I get shit done a lot faster being able to see things spread across multiple screens. So that's my plan. And that's what's been going on. I'm on my way to pick up my daughter now from her daycare. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't have much else of an update, but I will update y'all again soon when I have finished reading Spread Me. So crazy. What a crazy ass book. Anyway, I'll see y'all soon. All right. Hi, hello, my YouTube besties. Wow. What a whirlwind it has been. Excuse my hair. I know it's crazy. Ignore me. Just listen to my words and ignore the way I look. So, here's the thing. I'm having a hard time. I'm not reading. I'm not. I started reading, as y'all saw, I was reading whatever the Sarah Gailey book was called. I can't even remember what it's called right now. I started reading that and it was going well. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was great. Nothing wrong with the book. But I don't want to read. That's the truth of everything. I don't feel like reading. And instead of just being like, scrap it, start over, cut, clip the tape type of vibes, I'm going to have an honest redirection and just like pivot in this vlog. So like I said, it's not going to be a reading vlog after all. Maybe we'll get back to that book at some point. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'm not planning for it for this video. Essentially, what we're going to be doing now is catering to my sads. I'm just not feeling my best. I'm not feeling like my best being and my best person. This is so crooked. This unbalanced is bothering me. Anyway, so I'm just been really like not feeling the vibes of anything. And I don't have like an explanation as to why that is. Other than obviously I had a lot of life things happening this month. There's personal things that I haven't told y'all about that are going on at the same time. And so life is lifing at me in the most aggressive way in this month of June. And it feels like a hate crime. I'm not going to lie to you. But all that to say, I want to just pivot and do things that still are fun and potentially enjoyable for us to do together. But also just like give me what I need. Feed me in the way that I need to be fed. What we're doing today. It is the final day of June. It is June 30th, Tuesday. What we're going to do today is what I want to do today. And what I want to do today is I want to finish painting some things. I need to finish trimming out some of the spots in the walls. As you can see, probably up above my head, above my cabinets, there's just a white gap between the ceiling. I need to fix those types of things. I'm not going to do it for the cabinets, not today. I don't feel like getting up there. But the same thing applies for around my windows. I need to get inside the window frames. I haven't painted inside of there. I want to do some touch-ups in the other areas of the house. I did touch-ups in this section of the house, but I need to do touch-ups on that side of the house next. So those are the plans. That's what I want to do as a productive thing today. The other things I want to do, I really want to work on some of my diamond art. I haven't worked on diamond art in a long time, and I enjoy doing that. It's so mindless and fun and enjoyable for me. Something I have been doing the last 2 days that I also want to do today is playing on my Switch. I haven't played on my Switch in a very long time, and I cracked it out on Sunday and started playing Pressure Washer Simulator. And it's been feeling really nice to play because it's low stakes, nothing crazy. It's a mindless activity that I can just plug and wash. So I've been really enjoying that. And so I want to do that today as well. So I think those are like the three things we're going to do today. I think while I play Pressure Washer Simulator, I might put on my record player because I have a record player and I haven't played my music on my record player in a very long time. I have albums that I haven't even opened, which is just like, why? Why do I have them if I've never listened to them? So I want to set that up and I want to listen to my albums and I want to do some painting and some diamond art and some video gaming. I also want to do some organization for my book stuff. I really, really, really would like to get into Bookstagram more. I was doing it for a little while back in December, and then I just kind of stopped. I had gotten like a good flow going in December and pulled that into January, and then I just quit doing it because I started really focusing on YouTube. And while I love my YouTube, I think that I'm in a burnout section right now of things, and I think something easy and an easy win that's still kind of productive and goes towards my social media things that I want to do is just pivoting to Bookstagram for a little while. I don't know what is going to happen with this channel. I need to find ways to still be able to create videos that I want to create, but maybe not so much reading focused all the time because right now I'm just not feeling like reading. I've literally read 2 entire books this entire month. I've never read so little in a month, and it's just a sign of the times, as they say. So one of the things I want to do is I want to create a spreadsheet to log all my books. I want to log all the books that I've read and all the books that I have and all the books that I want to read. I want to log all of these things in a spreadsheet, and I want to create a lot of categories and just like my ratings and what genre they are. Like I just want to do a bunch of different things so that I can utilize this spreadsheet to help me when it comes to content creation. I think it would be really helpful to have this breakout of certain things so that I can look at books and be like, oh, okay, easily looking at my spreadsheet, these are the books that I've rated 5 stars. Here are my top 5 stars of 2026, or here are my top 5 stars of all time, like that sort of thing. I can't easily do that because I don't have a record of all of that information easily available. So I really want to get into fixing that and start loading that stuff into a spreadsheet so that I can start utilizing it in the near future. I also want to potentially, maybe, possibly, I don't know if we're going to do that in this video either, but I would love to look at my reading journal and potentially like start that again. I really want to do it in the sense of like writing reviews about the books that I'm reading. I'm finding that like while I can talk to you guys and tell you how I'm feeling about a book in the moment or after I finished it, whatever that may be, I am finding that when I am trying to like articulate things in writing for a review, I'm having a hard ass time. So I want to work on it. I want to like honestly and purposefully work towards being able to articulate myself in writing and not just verbally. I'm very good at speaking. I'm very good at verbalizing what I feel and what I like and what I don't like and all of those things, but I have a hard time with writing it down. A part of that I think is because my brain moves faster than my hand or my mouth can move sometimes. And so I skip over things and I miss stuff and I'm just like going on 75 different tangents. So I need to like try and figure out how to get my brain to slow down a little bit, but also help me to like just start writing things out and find a flow of that so that potentially I could start writing my own reviews of books on my Bookstagram as well. I want to utilize both platforms. I'm making all of these videos and I would like to start taking snippets from these videos and putting them in my Instagram and vice versa so that I'm like doubling up on what I'm doing. And I could do that. Like could have been doing that this whole time with a lot of the videos that I've been making, but I haven't. And I would love to try and repurpose some footage for Instagram or just repurpose some of my thoughts for Instagram. So let me get started. It is already 9:45. We have to go pick up my daughter at noon. I do have to go and pick up some medication before I get her. So we've got to promptly be done with whatever we're doing before noon. Obviously not everything that I've talked about. We have all day to do that. But as far as right now, I really want to work on the painting stuff while she's not here. That way, one, the fumes can dissipate before she gets back, but also because I don't want her in the middle of me painting. It's a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old running around while you've got wet paint on the walls is a terrible thing to have. So that's what I want to do. And then I think that's going to be potentially the future of this channel for the next 2 weeks while I work on myself and work towards getting ready to go back to work. I start my new job on the 13th of July. Tomorrow will be the 1st of July. So I really want to spend the first 2 weeks of July prepping myself for those things. I want to start practicing waking up earlier. I want to start practicing mindfulness and preparation for things. I want to set myself up for success when I do start work again. And I've been staying up way too late and waking up way too late. And we've got to fix that. I've got to get myself back into a working time clock because when I start my new job, I have to be starting work at 7:30 in the morning. I need to fix all of these things. These are things we have to work on. And I think that's probably the future of what's going to come for this channel over the next 2 weeks, if not continually. I kind of want to break this out into not just being about my reading hobby, but my hobbies in general, the things I like to do, the things that I enjoy. I don't want to fully make this just a vlogging channel because I don't think that that's me. I'm not a vlogger. I don't go outside. I really am not out and about doing stuff very often. So I don't want to turn this into a vlogging channel. I feel like that's more pressure than just being. So I won't be doing that, but I want to take y'all along with me on doing things that I enjoy and things that I like that aren't work and that aren't being a wife and a mother. And we'll just see what comes of it. I don't know, but I hope that y'all will join me and it'll be fun and good. And hopefully in finding myself again, I can find my way back to reading and enjoying my reading and getting back on schedule. That's another thing I want to do today too. I do want to plan out what I would like to try to do for July. I want to ease back into it because this month was wow bad. So I want to ease back into it for the month of July. I know Summerween is happening at the beginning of July. So potentially participating in Summerween would be fun. I need to look at the prompts and everything again and see what I've got that I would be interested in reading. But I think I also need to be very, very selective about what I want to read. I have a few ideas of books that I think I would really enjoy reading right now. And I just need to I need to pick that and do that instead of trying to force myself into a theme template type of thing. Because I think that also had something to do with my slowdown this month. Also, reading Raven Scholar took forever. It was such a large book. And on top of feeling slumpy and it being such a large book, I think it just contributed to me feeling very blah after finishing it. And that's why it took me 2 weeks to read the Carmela vlog that's out, which you can watch here. Let's make some breakfast. I need to eat really quick and then get into painting. I need to get my paintbrush out of the freezer and I'm hoping that it's not ruined. I saw something once upon a time that said you can put your paintbrushes in the freezer and that'll keep the paint from sticking to the bristles and so that you don't have to rinse it off so you can just keep reusing it. I'm hoping that's factual because I didn't rinse off my paintbrush. So here's hoping that I didn't ruin my paintbrush. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to get back into painting after I eat breakfast. So let's go. Stop yapping. My goodness. been a while. Here's the thing. What ended up happening is I ended up falling asleep on the couch while my daughter took her nap. I had lunch after I picked her up, and I snuggled up on the couch and I passed out. So I slept until like 4. I did work on painting some more, so I cut some edges and trimmed out some spots, and didn't get to finish fully the wall that I intended. Pardon my music. I wanted to finish that wall back there, but I didn't finish painting the spot between the ceiling and the wall, and I didn't finish painting above the actual ballasts, if you will. I think that's what they're called. So I need to repaint those, or finish painting those, and then I can hang up my curtains afterwards, because that's really the goal of the thing I want to do. But we're not doing that anymore today. That's enough painting. The next thing I needed to do was prepare for July. Since July is tomorrow, I want to figure out what I want to read for July, if I want to read anything. So I went through all of my bookshelves and I pulled out some books that I find to be interesting. Anyway, so we have the books that I've selected that I think I want to read for the month of July pulled out. So let's go through them. It's a lot of light. Just bear with me, okay? Otherwise it's completely dark. So anyway, the books that I've chosen that are interesting to me, but doesn't mean I'm going to read them. I just picked ones out that sound interesting to me right now, and I'm going to decide as I go through the month. So one of the first ones I picked was Sanctuary. This is a Twisted Retreat book that I had, and it actually sounds really interesting. It's about a husband and wife who moved to this mill property, in the 1700s, I believe. Let me see. 1930s. That's stupid. In Italy in the 1930s. It sounds really interesting to me, so I'm interested to see how that works out, if I want to read it. The other reason I picked that book too is because I do have the audio book on hold for Libby, so there's that potential. Another book I want to read is Allegedly. I recently bought this, and I've had it on my TBR of books I want to read for a very, very, very long time, and I've just never gotten to it. And I finally bought it, so now I own it, and I'm like, well, now I want to read it. I really, really want to read it. So we pulled that one out. There is a theme here of some of these books that are sad, depressing in a way, but it is what it is. We also have We Spread Me, which I also recently bought. This just sounds like something that's apt for what's happening in my life currently, so I'm interested to potentially read this. We'll see. And then I really, really want to read Victorian Psycho. I want to read this because there's a book or a movie coming out. I don't know if I want to read it right now or if I want to wait until the movie comes out. All right. Then we also have another Twisted Retreat book, which is This House Will Feed. I really, really want to read this one because I've heard amazing things about this book. And so it's more so just because it's the hype of it all. So interested in this one. And then I pulled out 2 newer ones from Aardvark. Girl Dinner sounds very interesting to me. Let me not say very interesting. It does sound intriguing. I am interested in the premise of the sorority situation of it all. It kind of is giving me bunny vibes based on the synopsis, so I don't know if that's what I'm getting into. If it is, that'll be a swift DNF. But then I also want to read Headlights. I saw this one back when I was doing my anticipated 2026 reads, and this just sounded so interesting to me. So I want to read this one for sure. I think that's going to be one of my main books. And then finally, I also pulled out the Small Spaces series. I figured this could be easy. This is a middle grade, so it's not even an adult series. It's kids books, horror, but kids books. And I feel like that's really easy and potentially a lighter way to get back into reading. So I pulled these out. And then finally we have my Burnout book. I want to read this, obviously, before I go back to work. So that's definitely something I'm going to be reading over the next 2 weeks. And then I also pulled out Shadow of the Gods because people really seem to freaking love this book and this series and this author. And I want to see what the hype's about. So we got this one. I can see some patterns of how I could fit all of these books together in a vlog. So we've got that going. And then I have some other books in my other cabinet. Let me grab them. Okay. And then these are the other books from my not horror and fantasy cabinet. So we have first Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I want to read this so badly. I'm in my classic girl era right now. I've been reading a classic a month at this point, between Wuthering Heights and now Carmilla. I really want to read Jane Eyre though. This is something that I'm very interested in reading, so I pulled this one out. We'll see if we get to it. I also recently got these 2 books that I showed y'all, and I'm very interested in both of these. They just sound interesting. I don't know if I'll read them. I don't know which one I'll pick up, but they both sound very interesting. Both of these are the books about radiation and radium poisoning. And then I also have I Want to Die, But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki, which is a translated work, and it's about this girl's suicidal experience and her communications with her psychiatrist. And I don't know, it just sounds really interesting to me, so I really want to read that. And then I also have Notes on an Execution. This is another one that was on my TBR for the longest amount of time, and it just sounds very intriguing to me, so I'm very much interested in reading this as well. And then finally, Murder by Cheesecake. I thought this one sounded good because it's a cozy mystery. Again, I'm feeling lightweight vibes, not too serious, not too heavy, just kind of chill. So to me, this fits in very well with the Small Spaces series situation. Not super serious, not super heavy, just a fun, silly time kind of vibe. So those are the books that I have pulled together. So now what I need to do is pull out my planner, which is sitting right here, and plan out my month of July and what I would like to accomplish for July, even if I don't actually accomplish it. So what I do is I just go through the month and I kind of like pull out the books that I want to read and fit them in. Typically, it's all Sundays. I typically try to do everything on Sundays. So yeah, I have 4 Sundays the rest of July that I can try and fit any of these books into, and I don't know, I think we'll see. There's like an ability to do some like a set for nonfiction books, because I have Burnout, and then I've got some of these other the radiation books and the book about the girl eating tteokbokki. Those are all nonfiction, so I could just do like a nonfiction reading vlog. Probably not reading the Radium Girls because it's a really big one, but Burnout, 83 Days of Radiation Sickness, and I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. I think those 3 could be a really good like nonfiction vlog, if you will. And that could also help me get through Burnout a little bit quicker, because I do want to read it and I haven't been doing that. We have the potential of reading new releases. I have some new releases here that I could read. I think I would probably, if I end up reading Small Spaces, just doing a dedicated Reading the Small Spaces series vlog. And I think that could be fun. And it's just like an easy thing to do, in my opinion. And then we might not do Murder by Cheesecake. Already saying that, I feel like I don't like that idea. And I feel like I want to read Murder by Cheesecake, but I haven't actually started it. So maybe we'll do a cozy vlog, an easy cozy vlog. I think that'll be potentially the first one we do. So maybe I'll start reading these this week. We'll see. And we could potentially do a cozy reading vlog type of thing where I read some of these non-serious books to see if that helps me get back into like wanting to read something more. But I think those are the only 2 like real big plans that I can think of. I might do Jane Eyre, and then I could do another spoiler-filled reading vlog of a classic Jane Eyre and just giving my thoughts and opinions on that. And then typically my final video is Twisted Retreat video, which I'm not going to have one for the month of June because I'm just skipping it. I didn't show y'all, I did get a new Twisted Retreat book. This is the last one that I have since canceling my subscription. So I got The Wives of Herrick Hall. Gay. Would have been perfect for this month. Didn't read it. You know, you live and you learn. But yeah, I'm looking at what I have here, and we're just going to play it by ear and see what feels good and what feels right. Other than that, I need to write out. I have another notebook where I keep all of my YouTube ideas, and I want to start also keeping my Instagram and short. I have long form YouTube, basically. I want to keep short form ideas in here, and I also want to keep like Instagram post ideas in here. This is what May looked like, and I need to fill out June, which is going to be the easiest one I've done thus far, since we only read 2 books. So I need to do that, and I think that's what I'm going to work on here in a minute. I need to put my daughter down because it is 8:30, so it's time for her to go night-night. So I need to put her to bed. So we're going to go do that now, and then I'm going to work on my computer and with my notebooks and all the bookies I have pulled out for July and come up with some concepts and ideas. I think that's going to be the best thing for me, in my opinion, just because it gets the things in my brain out of my brain, and it just lets me like relax and chill a little bit. Yeah, I think after that we'll do some diamond art probably. We'll see. we'll see. Because it's already, like I said, it's already 8:40, and this might take me like an hour-ish. So I'm looking at like 10 o'clock before I'm done doing whatever I want to do with this stuff. So I might not have time necessarily to do diamond art tonight, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Either way, I've had a very chill day. I took apparently a much needed nap. What we do need to do this month too, which I'll bring y'all along for this when we get there, I need to clean off my desk. I start my new job on the 13th, and I have nowhere to work because this is what my desk looks like currently, which is tragic. So anyway, we need to do all of that. We need to take care of that stuff too at some point. And we'll do that in a vlog, in a future vlog. Not today. I'm not interested in doing that for this video, but we'll do it in a future one for sure. But anyway, I'm going to go. I'll see y'all in a little while I'm working on my things, and we'll have an update later. I also have this thing. I've never done this. So I have knitted before, but I've never done crochet before. And my sister-in-law got me these crochet things for Nightmare Before Christmas, and I want to do these for my baby because she loves Nightmare Before Christmas. It's her favorite movie. It's the first thing she ever watched when she was watching TV, and she was obsessed with it. So I kind of want to make these for her at some point. So maybe that's something we can do in a future vlog as like a hobby thing. Let me go get her to bed. She needs to go to bed. And I will see y'all in a little while. Hello. Good afternoon. It is the next day. Last night, I spent a lot of hours not doing my wrap-up and not doing content planning, but creating a library database for myself. I ended up going to bed at like 12:30, so I spent a lot of hours just keying in information for books that I've read and books that I own. Been utilizing Fable because that's where all my book logging is at, as my this is when I've read things type of stuff, and these are the ones I knew I read. Been logging all of that. And then, as y'all saw, I went into town today. After I dropped off my daughter at daycare, I had to go get my tires fixed because we had another freaking nail in my tire. And this time they couldn't patch it, so I had to replace the tire. Wire tires so expensive, dude. So expensive. But the tire's been replaced. It is what it is. And now I have better tires. The other thing that happened is that I went to Michael's while I was waiting for my tires, and there's a Michael's like right next to the discount tire place that I went to. So I went there and we got to see some spooky decorations. There was not as much as I was expecting. I was expecting to see a lot more. But seeing spooky at all in the 1st of July is great to me. I also went to TJ Maxx and saw no spooky. And that was concerning. But I'm assuming because here in Texas, everyone cares about 4th of July, so there's just a bunch of 4th of July shit everywhere. So I'm assuming that after 4th of July, we'll actually see Christmas.
Stop it. Get some help.
At Home Goods. But I went there. I got some clothes for my daughter, and I got a notebook for myself for my job to like keep for specifically for work related things. So yeah, that's what I did today. It was, adult stuff. I went and got lunch, and now I'm back home. Evie is taking her nap, and while she takes her nap, I'm gonna chill. Rotten Mango has their part 3 of the Mackenzie, whatever the heck her name is, the girl who killed her boyfriend and his friend in a car crash. They have their part 3 out today, so I'm gonna watch that while I eat some lunch. And then after that, I don't know, we'll see. I need to do some content planning for sure. I do really want to work on that. Oh, I also got my Aardvark books for the month. I had 3 credits left, so I went ahead and got some books from them. I think I'm just going to keep that subscription, honestly. I really like Aardvark. They're the only place that I have been to that has the books I'm actually looking for, and books that I actually want. So very excited about that. But I got Dead But Dreaming of Electric Sheep by Paul Tremblay. I am so excited, you guys. I've wanted this book. I'm so excited to have it. I also got my first Chuck Tingle. I got Fabulous Bodies. It sounded really good. Essentially, we're following Poppy Stringer, who is a born star, an aspiring fashion influencer, but at night she's a grave robber. And one of her friends dies, and she gets a call to come retrieve his body. Oh, sorry, not her friend, her hero, a piano rock star, Eddie Michaels, dies. She gets a call to retrieve his body, and it's a lot of money, and she's like, all right, it's the last job she might ever have to do. But when she picks up his body, he wakes up. And it says, now Poppy must fight for her life if she hopes to survive this blood-soaked joyride of carnage and extravagant entertainment. That sounds so fun. It says graphic body horror, cosmic horror, and survive the night. Love those tropes. Sound fun to me. And then, like I said, I got Dead But Dreaming of Electric Sheep by Paul Tremblay. It says that grapples with AI, creative typography and formatting, near-future setting, and Black Mirror vibes. Sounds very interesting to me. I'm very excited for it. And then I got one other book that was also for this month, and that is The Housewife by Natalie Borelli. It's a thriller. I'm not a big thriller person, but I thought I'd give it a try. I really want to do a vlog reading, like trad wife type of books, like angry wives, wronged wives type of thing. I want to do a vlog for that. So I figured this would fit in there. But this one is following Jody, who has always dreamed of being a housewife, and after a whirlwind romance, she marries a renowned psychologist, Dr. Roy Davies, and moves into his perfect home. But the fairy tale fades fast. Roy is distant. His friends view her as a gold digger, and the house still reveres his late wife, Deborah, whose presence still looms over everyone and everything. When Jody learns Deborah became a recluse before death, she begins to suspect Roy was behind it. And the deeper she digs, the darker Roy's past appears: obsessive, controlling, unfaithful. Increasingly convinced he had something to do with Deborah's death, Jody knows she should go to the police, but what would require revealing her own secret, a secret that could destroy her. But Jody won't be silenced, because the truth about Roy is worse than she imagined, and now, trapped in a house built on lies, she must find a way out before she becomes the next perfect wife to vanish. And it says, at a glance, set in Los Angeles, read in one sitting, revenge has no expiration date, and complicated marriage. So it sounds interesting. So I'm interested to get my fingies on it and read that one. So those are the books that I got from Aardvark. I still have credits from Book of the Month, but their books are womp womp. I don't like Book of the Month, y'all. I'm so sorry. They have too much romance. I'm not a romance reader. And I think that they have their niche, right? They are made for a specific type of reader. And I think Aardvark is made for a different type of reader. And that's just my personal opinion. I like Aardvark way more than I like Book of the Month. However, randomly, sometimes Book of the Month will have a horror that they throw in there. But it seems like that's like once a quarter. Like, it's not common. Generally, their books are romance, lots of romance books. There's just more than one romance, which is crazy to me. They're also lit fic or historical fiction or gothic. And I'm like, I don't like any, like, none of those are interesting to me. They have fantasy every now and then too, but like, they don't sound like good fantasies. So I don't know. I don't really like Book of the Month. So I just keep skipping until I can finally use that one credit that I have. And then once I use that one credit I have, I'm canceling my Book of the Month again. But I've been skipping months so that I'm like not being charged more from them. I will say that's one thing I have like about for Aardvark is that you can't skip, ahead. So like I got charged for another credit at the end of last month for this month. But like you can't skip the month until the month starts. So you're already being charged for that month. Like the way that their skip works is weird, and you can only skip between the 1st and the 15th of the month. So you have to like get in there as soon as possible to like skip if you don't want any of the books. It's just, I don't like it. I just don't like the way that they're like, you can't pause the subscription. I wish that you could pause with Aardvark, but you can't. Like, there's no way. And that is just one thing that I don't like about Aardvark. And I feel like at some point, I feel like there's going to be some kind of lawsuit that comes about how difficult it is to pause or skip with Aardvark, because it's very difficult. Like, it's not easy to do. And I feel like there could be like some kind of lawsuit that comes of that. Like, I've gotten kickback money from lawsuits that have been done for like Fashion Nova once upon a time, because they made it impossible to check out, or they made it impossible to like do certain things. This happens to companies and websites. If it's not accessible friendly, sometimes you can get sued for that. Anyway, that's my updates for right now. I'm still not reading. I put that Sarah Gailey book back. It's back on the shelf. I don't have any books out at all. Like, not one single book that I have plans to read. I think the only one I'm really planning to read is Burnout. I would like to see if I can find an audio book for Burnout so that I can tandem read that one. But we'll see. Just because I want to make sure that I'm moving along with it. I think it helps me a lot to have an audiobook with my physical copy so that I can see what I'm reading, but I can also hear what I'm reading. And I feel like it just locks in a lot better for me. I'm not a big like listen to audiobooks while not reading kind of person. So when I do that, I feel like I'm not really engaged as much with just an audiobook. One of my Bookstagram besties, Dom, she recently posted I don't know, like opinion piece, an op-ed, if you will, on whether audiobooks are considered reading or not. And I thought it was so eloquently done. It was a beautiful, I'll try and like splice it in here while I'm talking, but it was such a beautiful little exploration of audiobook and audio listening and literacy rates and cognitive understanding and disabilities and accessibility. I think it was beautiful. I am someone who gets very frustrated when people are like, audiobooks aren't reading. It is. It is reading, by the way. And different people read differently, and different people need different things, and that's okay. And just because you don't agree with it or you don't think that it is, does not mean that it's wrong or that it is not. And so I loved her little, I'm going to call it an op-ed because I think that's that's how I feel about it. I thought it was really well done. The studies and research and all kinds of, like, so good. So good. I aspire to be like Dom. I think she's an amazing bookstagrammer, honestly. Like, I love everything she posts. It's just all so good. Anyway, enough gushing. I am, like I said, gonna go ahead and eat lunch and work on some content stuff and watch some podcast, and I'll be back whenever I'm back. We're gonna do bookish stuff tomorrow, so I'm gonna continue this vlog into tomorrow so that y'all can come with me to do bookish shopping, and then that'll be the wrap of this vlog. I was hoping to do that stuff today, but it didn't happen. I also want to go to At Home to see if they have Halloween stuff. I'm not buying anything. Just FYI. I didn't buy anything from Michael's. I just looked at everything, had a great time. Actually, I did buy stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I did buy stuff, but it wasn't Halloween stuff. I bought stuff for my daughter. I bought her a Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse plushie. I would love to use these on like a journal or something. They're so silly. They're so silly. But it's by Pip Stickers. They're like little alien cows. That's so fun. I love that. Obviously, the green, as y'all know, the green got me. But I was like, alien and cows. I love that. I just think that's so fun. So I grabbed those for myself to do like in a journal or something. A journal that I never start, by the way. I have so many journals. I have so many stickers. I have so many sticker packs. I have so much journaling material. Never journaled. It's just not really my thing. I just don't really enjoy it as much. I think I get too in my head about journaling, and so I don't actually do it. I think if I could find a way to let go of my perfectionism of like it has to be like this, then I could journal and have a great time doing it. But I had at one point started a journal for my daughter where I was going to journal out about her birth experience and all of the things, and I never did it. I started it and I never finished it, and I'm very disappointed in myself because my memory is not that great, and at the time I wanted to remember all of these specific things, and you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna go. I'll see y'all later with an update, potentially tomorrow when we go to look at books and Halloween. So bye. All right, hello guys. We're in my car. Sorry, steering wheel. We are, as you can see, at home. I don't know why they called it at home, because I hate when I have to say I'm at home. It's at home. At is annoying. Anyway, we're here. I was gonna stop at Half Price Books first, but they don't open till 10 a.m. And I had to drop my daughter off at 8 o'clock this morning, so I made it to the side of town. It's 9 o'clock. I'm in the parking lot at Half Price, and I'm like, let me check and see what time they open, thinking maybe they open at 9:30. I'll have to sit here for a little bit. 10 o'clock. That's a good-ass job. I want a job where I don't have to start until 10 a.m. I'm sure they start earlier than that, though, because they probably have to do, like, stocking and things like that. Like, the lights were on inside the store. So I'm almost certain that they, like, are there. They're just not open to the public until 10. I don't know if they maybe, like, I wonder if they do, like, orders out of their shop where they have to, like, pack orders or something, or add stock to shelves or register them on their website or something. I don't know. Very interesting. I never really thought about it, to be honest. But they don't open until 10. At Home opened at 9. It is 9:06. So I'm about to go inside and we're going to see if we can find any Halloween. I'm hoping that there's some there so we can see something fun. But if not, you know, we'll just mosey around until 10 o'clock. I could go ahead and go to Barnes & Noble, but I don't know if they're open either. So I figured let's just go to At Home right now. There's not, like, really not anybody here. I think I've seen like 3 people walk inside thus far. So we're going to go in here. We're going to look for some Halloween decor, see what we can find. Let's just go look. We just left, and I'm not gonna lie, everything was so expensive, y'all. The price for shit was just like out of control. It was way too expensive for what it was. But there was a lamp in there for $90. $90 for a lamp, my dude? Like, what are we doing? That's insane amounts of money for a freaking lamp. Some things I was like, okay, that's like, I guess that's reasonable. And then other things I was like, $100 for what? Like, the price for the blankets was kind of crazy to me too. The idea that we're spending for $35 for a blanket that wasn't even like a thick, plushy, like good quality type of blanket. Y'all out here gouging prices for Halloween decorations. I bought nothing. Well, I didn't buy nothing. I didn't buy any Halloween decor. I did buy a mirror for my daughter. Okay, sorry. So yeah, everything at home was like way too expensive. It was way overpriced. It was just a lot for what it was. I didn't buy a single thing from Halloween decorations. I did buy my daughter a mirror. I bought her one of those like tall standing mirrors. She's at the age where she wants to see herself in the mirror and she loves to look at herself in the mirror. So I went out and got her like a really cheap, inexpensive, like almost like those dorm style mirrors. I got her one of those so I can put that up in her room for her so she can look at herself because she likes to look at herself too. And maybe she can help learn her faces. She likes to watch herself cry too sometimes, which is so weird. But anyway, that's all I bought. And even that was $15. Like, I remember those things being like $10 back in the day at Walmart. So I don't know, like everything's so expensive now, you guys. Like everything is so freaking expensive, which I know I'm preaching to the choir. Everybody knows this. It's just like, it's crazy to see it. I feel like I really, really recognize it for Halloween decorations because it's a thing that I constantly buy every year. Like I'm constantly looking and buying. And so going and seeing all that stuff today, and yesterday even, at Michael's, I was like, $30 for what? $100 for what? I'm not spending that kind of money. I will say, I think their gargoyle type stuff seems like it might be worth the $100 that it is. I know I showed y'all the video of, they have like this big bird statue thing that's holding like a lantern. Apparently those are super freaking popular right now. Everybody wants them. They have them at my at home. I did not buy one. It's $130, but they are like really tall. Like you saw me standing next to them. They're really, really tall and they're really beautiful. I think they would make really great like entry things. Like if you have like a patio area and you want to put them on either side of your door, I think they would make a great like entry thing for your door. But I say that and I'm like, I would never buy that though. Like I wouldn't put it by my front door. I have no reason to do that. It's just buying shit to buy shit too. And which you can say that about decorations in general. Decorations are just buying shit to buy shit, honestly. It is my favorite holiday and I do use my Halloween decorations all year round in my house. But that's just how I am. And so like Halloween decoration shopping for me is more than just for Halloween most of the time. It is also something that I'm going to usually keep up unless it's very cliche Halloween. There are a lot of like cliche Halloween type stuff that I'm like, I'm not gonna like pumpkins aren't gonna stay out. Orange pumpkins and shit like that, like that's not staying out. But like a lot of my darker aesthetic stuff lives in my house everywhere constantly. But yeah, this year I think I want to try and do like a vintage Halloween for my daughter. I think that would be really fun and really cool. I know I got some like vintage Halloween decorations from the dollar store at one point in my life. And I know that it's like super popular right now. I saw, they didn't have them at Michael's, but I know there's a line that's coming at Michael's. Not the Michael's that was by me anyway at the time. There's a Michael's over here, so I might go there after Barnes. But I know that they had vintage Halloween and that stuff. Like it's giving like, I really want to do like an over the garden wall type of Halloween for my daughter. I think it's really playful and fun. So that's kind of where I'm at in the thought process for Halloween. But anyway, we're now at Half Price Books. I have a bag full of books that I want to sell to them. So let's go see how much money they give me for all of these books. Let me pull them out. I need to see like how many books I actually have here. to kind of determine how much I think I should be getting. I do have like some special editions. I have some older books also, but I have like some special edition books that I'm going to be trying to get rid of. So I don't know how much they're actually going to give me, but there's 4, 5, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 books. We've got 19 books. If all books are like, they're all like $30 at this point. Most of these books are like $30 a pop. I know I'm not going to get that much money from all of these books. I'll be lucky if I get $30 for all of these books, which is really fucking annoying. But it is what it is. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to drop them off, and we're going to see how much we get. There's some like very new releases. So like I have the Beheading Game here, a very new release. I have a lot of my like special edition Twisted Retreat books with their little cards in them as well. So I have a lot of these types of books. So I don't know if that's going to be something that they're going to be like, ooh, yeah, and they're going to give me more money for them. I doubt it, but let's go see. All right, hello. We have finished at Half Price Books, and sorry if y'all can hear my air conditioner, but it's hot. It's Texas and it's hot. It's currently 88 degrees. At least that's what it says. I'm pretty sure that's a lie. I'm pretty sure that's a whole ass lie, but whatever. Anyway, we did get exactly what I expected for all of the books that I had. One of those books should have been $30, but I ended up getting $40 for all of them. Not what I wanted, but it is fine. And I did use that money towards buying the stuff that I did buy at half price. So they got their money back. They always do. So I got a few books. The first book that I got is Kite Runner. I have wanted to read this for a long time. I've heard it's really devastating, but that it's like one of those you have to read it type of books. It's like a must read. That's what the word is. I've heard it's a must-read type of book, so I really want to read this one. So I got Kite Runner. Essentially, this follows, I believe, a girl or sisters, and one of them is evacuated from their country, and the other one has to stay, and it kind of just follows their different paths. I believe brothers, potentially, maybe. I can't fully remember, and of course, it's one of those books with no synopsis on the back. But I believe that's what this is supposed to be about. And then I also got The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. Books and Lala read this and she really liked it. And I am a sucker for a fantasy love story with some pining and yearning. And it just sounds like this is that. So I know there's like more books in this series, but I saw it was paperback. It's a lot cheaper in paperback. So I figured I'd go ahead and snag that. And then I got my X the Antichrist by Craig DeLuey, I believe that's how you say it. They are the ones who also wrote episode 13, which I really, really loved. So I wanted to try this one out. I have seen it before, but I've never like actually looked into what it is. And essentially we're following Lily and Drake, who form a punk band in 1998. In 2010, Lily walks into a police station and confesses to murdering someone. And present timeline, Lily confesses, but there's never been any interview after her confession, and so they finally have an interview, and this is the story that's being told. So, very interesting. I'm excited to see what that's all about. And then the final book I got was The Adventures of Amina al-Sarifi. Again, another book that Kayla from Books and Lala said she really, really liked and recommended as like a must-read type of book. We're following Amina al-Sarifi as she is going on an adventure, and it's with a crew. I don't really know. It looks like a great book. I love this cover. It's beautiful. But it was paperback, cheaper. Figured I'd snag it and add it to my ever-growing collection of fantasy books to read. So Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of horror, so I only got one horror. I got 2 fantasy and one, I guess you would say, a lit fic, potentially. And then outside of books, I got some stuff for my daughter. So, like I have told y'all before, we lose internet often at my house. And when we lose internet, that means she can't watch TV. And she doesn't watch TV all that often, but there are times where I need her to watch a movie so that I can do something else. So I got some of her favorite movies. I got Frozen 1 and 2. I got Frozen 1 and 2 for $14 because they mixed up these movies in this case, and I didn't change it, and I didn't tell anybody. So we've got 1 and 2 in here, which number 1 has fallen out. And neither one of them are Blu-rays, by the way. They're both DVDs, but we got Frozen 1 and 2. These are her absolute favorites, so I'm glad that I found these. I was also hoping to find Winnie the Pooh, but I only found one Pooh movie, and both of the DVDs looked really fucked up, and I'm not buying fucked up DVDs. I also got Moana. This one also came in Blu-ray and DVD, but we've got the DVD of Moana. She really likes Disney princess type stuff, so I got her Moana. I also found Encanto. I absolutely love Encanto. This is one of my favorites. So I got this not only for her, but also for me. But this also came with the Blu-ray and the DVD version. Y'all, what's the difference? Couldn't tell me. But what I found when I was looking at these was every one of these that was a Blu-ray, the DVD was actually in a better condition. So that's what I went with. And then finally, we got a full feature set of Finding Nemo. So we've got a Blu-ray feature, we've got the Blu-ray bonuses, and then we've got the Finding Nemo DVD. So very excited for this one. We'll see how it goes, but I love Finding Nemo. It's one of my favorite movies. So I got 4 movies and I got 4 books, and my total came out to $86.51. I put my $39.95, so almost $40 to that. So I ended up finally paying $46.56. So I think that's pretty good for 4 books and 4 movies. Technically 5 movies. But yeah, anyway. Now it is 11 o'clock. I have to pick my daughter up at 12:30. Her daycare is 30 minutes away from where I'm at. So I have an hour. And I need to eat lunch because I haven't eaten anything and I don't know what I want to eat. I don't know. Part of me is contemplating going into Kingwood area. So right now I'm in a Atascocita area. If you know anything about this side of Houston, that's where I'm at right now. I used to live out here, but I live further away from here now. So I'm thinking I might go into another area of town because they have a Torchy's taco. And I really like Torchy's. I was going to go to Barnes. I need to not spend any more money. That's the truth of the matter. I don't have a fucking job yet. And I don't think I'm going to get paid from the job that I do have, technically, until the end of the month. So I need to stop spending money like I have it. I don't. But I would like to treat myself to a nice lunch. So I could either go to one side of town and have Salada. There is a Salada on the side that I want to go to for tacos. And actually there is a, what's it called? Trader Joe's over there. So I think I'm going to go to Torchy's Tacos for lunch. And then if I have time after I eat, stop at Trader Joe's and we'll go into Trader Joe's and peruse around because I've never been in a Trader Joe's before. Actually, that's not true. I think I've been in once, but like, I'm not a Trader Joe's girly. But I've been really craving some like Trader Joe's snackies and some Trader Joe's beverage. So we're going to go look at groceries because I can spend money on groceries. Spending money on food is always okay. So let's go do that. And I will see y'all when we get there. And then that will be a wrap on this video. Yeah, let's go. Hello, spooky friends. It's been a minute. I didn't end this vlog, and I also haven't uploaded it or edited it, and it is now the 7th of July. As y'all can tell from this video and from everything going on, I'm not feeling it right now. And I think the best thing for me to do instead of forcing myself to feel it is to just take a step back. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't know for how long. I'll be back at some point. You'll see me when you see me. I think that's how I'm going to just kind of play it at this point, until I'm just feeling the vibes and the will and the want to do anything at all. To be fair, I have been doing things. So first thing I've done is I've officially cleaned my office. My desk is now prepared and ready for me to start work. Also, do y'all like my wallpaper? I made that myself on Canva and I absolutely love it. I also hooked up my new keyboard. Y'all, this is so beautiful. Listen to the sound. Gorgeous. Love her. So I've set up my new keyboard. I realize though I don't have a mouse. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, but we'll get there when we get there. My new job starts on Monday. It is Wednesday. So I want to finish cleaning my house to prepare for working so that it's something I don't have to think about. Also, look, my sister-in-law gave me this little planty guy. Isn't he so cute? I love it. So that's kind of the plan. What else I've been doing in my background of things when I'm not cleaning my house and I'm not watching movies or whatever I'm doing in the background, I've been doing a bedazzling of my book Rest Stop. This was one of my favorite books of last year, and I absolutely love this cover also. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I thought, why not bedazzle it? And the reason I thought that is because I'm also going to be getting another book that has this in it by Nat Cassidy. So he came out with a short story collection. I Know a Place, I believe is what it's called. And it has this story within that book. So I figured if that's already going to be in that book, I can bedazzle this. That way it can just be a showpiece instead of me like reusing it. And I might still, I mean, we'll see. But I am planning to finish bedazzling it. But this is what I've done so far. The bedazzled blood is like my favorite part, I think. I've just been like jumping around. Like you can see I started his name and like some of the outline. Like I've just kind of been jumping around. The bedazzle set that I got is like, you know what I mean? Let me put you back up here so you can see me properly. So I got like this pack of jewels, which I haven't opened obviously. And this is like a pack of big and medium sized jewels. So I think this is 4 and 3 millimeter jewels in this pack. And then this pack is all 2 millimeters, I think. But then I got this big pack, which I love. The colors in here are great. I love it. But all of the sizes are mixed into the little container. And so having to try to find these itty bitty sizes is a pain in the butt because they're all at the bottom. They're all just like accumulating at the bottom of the container. So I'm having to like, it's taking so long. It's taking so long just to bedazzle this because I have to find the teeny tiny ones. But I've been doing like an assortment of sizes and I think that looks really pretty. I think it looks really cool. I really like it. I'm having a great time doing it. And so I can't wait to finish this. I haven't decided if I'm going to like let the bedazzling fall across the side or the back of the book, but I definitely am going to bedazzle the entire front. Like I said, I've started some spots. Like you can see, I started the white for the tile here, and the black for the outlining. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the outlining for the tile, but then I was like, my jewels are the right size for the lines. So I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Where it intersects with something else, obviously I won't do that. So like up here where like the black intersects with the red, I'm not going to put the tile line there. I'm just going to let the red overtake the black. But yeah, I also started his name and I had a problem with it because the jewels are bigger than his name. So it's kind of getting clunky. And so that's why I started it and stopped it quite quickly. But I wanted the color of his name to be like, I was going to do white, but I was like, no, because I have the white tile and I have the white eyeball. I want to do a different color here. So I went with like the silvery color. I don't know. I think it looks so cool. It's so fun. I absolutely love this. So that's what I've been doing in my spare time when I have it, outside of cleaning and taking care of my family and making dinner and all the other things. I do still have like all of my books out that I had planned that I'd wanted to read. And I haven't picked up a single one of them, y'all. I am still working on reading Burnout. I'm literally just starting chapter 1 of that book. Like, that's really how bad it's gotten. My reading slump isn't going great. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that what I can do is really finish cleaning the house today slash tomorrow. And then that way I can be done with house cleaning stuff and I can move on to doing fun things. I want to listen to audiobooks. I think that that would be a great way to get back into reading, listening to some easy peasy audiobooks for books that like maybe I'm interested in, but I'm not like, I need to like super focus, high focus, pay attention, but like something easy to like get my brain back into the swing of things. And then potentially picking up a book. I did buy some new books. I went to, I think I took you out with me when I went to Half Price. So I got those books. I think I had another new book that I might not have shown y'all. Oh no, I did. I think I did show y'all. I got this book from my last Twisted Retreat book, which like I said was a gay wives story. I believe that's all the new books that I have. Just those 5. So yeah, anyway, that's where we're at. My desk is clean. My office is clean. I went through and decluttered a bunch of shit and got rid of a bunch of stuff that I didn't need anymore. My craft cabinet looks a lot better and it's a lot less bulky and full. Whenever I'm done working on my bedazzling stuff, I'm going to start putting it away. The same thing with my diamond art, because my diamond art is just sitting on this table over here and my daughter keeps trying to rip my diamonds off of things and rip the paper off of stuff. So I need to move that and put it away. But like my office is finally clean and it feels nice. My head feels nice. I feel about things. And I think that's just what I need to do. I think I just need to finish cleaning my house and that'll make me feel relaxed and more prepared for whatever this next chapter looks like. And I'm hoping that when I do start my job, my mood and want to read will come back because I will be back into a normal like life routine. I think that not having a like structured schedule over these last 4 or 5 weeks, however long it's freaking been, has really just thrown me off. And I think that that's kind of like the problem that I'm running into is that like I don't have a structured schedule. I don't have a structured timeline of doing things or not doing things. And so I think that's really thrown me off, but I'm prepared to like get back to it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think that's it for now. That's going to be the end of this video and the end of this vlog. I hope that y'all are having an absolutely wonderful July, and I hope y'all continue to have an amazing July. And maybe you'll see me before July's over, and maybe you won't. Obviously, I didn't do a June wrap-up July TBR because I don't have one. Obviously, you saw what I want to try and potentially get to, things that sound interesting to me, but I have literally picked up none of those books, not one single one. So I don't know that I'm going to read this July, but we'll see. And if I do, I'll pick up the camera and I'll record it. If I don't, I'll see you maybe in August. But otherwise, I hope you'll have an amazing, amazing day. Also, if you're participating in Summerween, good for you. So exciting. I'm not, but I think I'm going to participate in like horror movie watching. I'm about to go clean my bedroom and I think I'm going to put on Evil Dead Rise because I'm going to go see the new Evil Dead this weekend. I'm so excited. It's my treat to me for getting a new job. My sister's going to come with me. My husband's going to come with me. Me and my husband are also going to go have a nice celebration dinner at this really nice Italian restaurant in downtown Houston. And I'm so excited for it. I haven't been there in a very long time. I went with one of my 2 of my best friends. One of them, he lives out of state and he was here for the Beyonce concert. So me, him, and my best friend also went to this restaurant and it was so good and it was so yummy. So I really want to go back. It's like very much authentic Italian food. Ugh, I want to go back so badly. And it's a cute little like mom and poppy type place. Like it's a little house. Like it's a house. It's a 2-story house with like small little intimate tables. It's so cutesy. I love it. So we're going to go there. I don't know if I'm going Friday or Saturday, but we're going to go at some point. I probably would say like, if he's available, we'll probably do it Friday while my daughter's being watched by my mom. And then Saturday we can go to the movie. But yeah, that's it. That's the plan. That's how things are going. And that's it. Like I said, I hope y'all have a great July. I hope that y'all are having a good month and I hope that you're reading even though I'm not. And if you're not, that's also okay. It's okay to not want to read sometimes. It just is what it is. And maybe I'll come back and I'll make some like hobby videos because I am hobbying. I do want to get into like, I think I showed y'all, I got these cool stickers. I keep saying goodbye. Sorry. I got these cool stickers, and I really want to get back into journaling in some way, or doing some kind of like fun journaling experiment, maybe like a junk journal type of situation. I don't know. But I think that that would be fun in a way to get my creative juices out. Getting into this like diamondy painting situation stuff has really gotten me like, ooh, I want to create stuff again. I might get back into sewing. My mom and my sister have like all of my fabric and sewing patterns at their house, and I'm going to get those back today. So I might get back into sewing also this week, or this month. I don't know. I just like, it feels like the right thing to do. Especially now my daughter's going to be in daycare full time starting next week. So I'm kind of like, I might have like an hour after work that I can like spend time doing a thing for me that's not working, helps me decompress, allows me to decompress, where my husband can potentially go pick her up. I don't have to, so I can take time to just do something by myself for like 30 minutes, whatever it may be. Because I need to find time for me and everything that's going on. I'm really, really trying to make sure that this future with this job is different from how I went about things with my last job. I feel like I've learned my lesson with how I worked and how I did work with my last job. I very much got into a space where I was just like, be the best you can be, always do the best, and be number one, and they'll never get rid of you. They'll never let you go because you're amazing and awesome and cool and everyone loves you and blah, 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 blah. And I did all those things and I still got let go. And that just really taught me like, they don't give a fuck. Revolutionary idea. Corporations don't care about you. I know. Who would have thunk? But I really like learned that, and I digested that information, and I'm taking that and moving in a different way this new job. I'm setting boundaries for myself. I'm setting boundaries for how I will show up for work and how much I will accept and how much I will take, and just really protecting myself and my peace. I can find a job. This experience taught me that I can find a job if I really want to find a new job. It's not a thing. And a job is a job is a job at the end of the day, in my opinion, as well. And I want to make sure I'm taking care of me. I don't want to be overachieving and doing the most and burning myself out here at work. And then I don't have time for my family and I don't have time for me. I still need to have that energy and time for myself. So we're going to be doing stuff different when I start this job. And maybe I'll come back with a vlog after I start my new job and let y'all know how that's going. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not promising you anything. I'm not promising nothing, but we'll see. Anyway, truly, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, that's all right. I understand. I get it. I watch people I don't subscribe sometimes. But if you're enjoying yourself and you had a good time, definitely subscribe down below. I would love to have you here in my little cozy community. You know, I am going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus break, but c'est la vie, it happens. And I'll be back when I'm back, and I hope to see you there. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.